But you probably right. What up, Keys? Are you BB? Cause I made nigga, I designed myself. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. You ain't missed a goddamn thing. Welcome in, welcome in. Woo! Welcome, welcome. We're gonna smash these bells and I think we're just gonna get right into it today, man. I feel like the energy's good and they're just popping off. This is your ear warning. This is your ear warning. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome up, guys. Legit. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, man. Alright. Alright, here we go. The energy's wild. How are you guys doing today? It's Thursday. Oh, I had to think about that one for a second. I almost said Wednesday. I almost said Wednesday. That's almost where we were. Welcome in, guys. What is up? What is up? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Smash that screen, man. Share the live. Let's get this energy turned up, bro. Woo! That was just filthy. That was filthy shuffling. We don't do that filthy shuffle. What price? Hustle, pay the price. How you guys been doing? You been hustling, huh? You been doing what you gotta do? You been transitioning? Man, this energy's been wild. This energy's been wild, fam. I'll tell you what, dude. Welcome in, Wanda. Welcome in, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This energy's been wild, man. If you've been feeling like you're transmuting the whole world every single day, welcome in, Drew. Welcome in, my man. Like, if you feel like you've been transmuting nothing but the whole world every day by just breathing, this may be for you. Here's your sign. Welcome in. You fit in our little bubble. Come on in, guys. This collective, man. You know, Keys so lovingly put it in a really good way on her live today, man. And it's been a consistent thing for the last couple weeks in this collective energy. Please tap that screen, guys. And it's really just been talking about how teachable are you? Everybody wants to be the teacher, and everybody wants to kind of know what they're doing and be past the learning stage. But my team is really impressing upon the fact that you're never not a student, and I know that's two negatives, but you're never not a student. You're never not learning. Does B have feelings for me? I don't know, Drew. You know, I'm going to be completely honest. And it's not because I probably couldn't give you that answer. It's just because I don't have permission to tap into this B person's energy. So it's just unethical. But if you want to buy a read, it's $10, links in bio. And if love or union or relationship come up for you, we'll go there. If spirit takes me there, we'll go there. But without B's permission, I won't do it. I won't do it. So it's really easy to be the teacher when you know what you're doing and you just have to show somebody. But what a lot of things is like, I used to play a lot of sports growing up, and they always used to tell us to be coachable, to be mendable, to be bendable, and to be able to be that person who can learn a lot and roll with the punches and keep going. And this is kind of that energy lately. It's now that you've kind of completed some of your cycle, some of your like karmic lessons, some of your deep wounds are starting to be revealed. now you have this choice, right? Like, do you take what you've learned and move on, or does the pattern continue? Excuse me. Oh, birth for confirmation. I'm a natural transmuter, guys, so sometimes it's gross, but it is life. But for those of you who are finally standing in your power, and standing in your power can look like a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but it's always doing what's best for you despite how it may look or feel to others on the outside. A lot of this standing up in your power and learning from your lessons, know better, do better, is causing a lot of you to physically leave or remove your energy from situations that do not serve you. Welcome in, guys. We're just getting started, man. We are just getting started. We're going to try to flip this energy. This is a lot of chaos in the air today. And you know what? It's chaos all week because we're still breaking apart in our timeline. And when we do that break, people either choose to continue the cyclistic patterns they've been going through, those patterns, behavior, those choices, or they choose not to. And when they don't, you know, I call it gaining and losing people, but you don't really lose people. But the more you grow and the more someone doesn't, the gap between you two being relatable widens. And that's how you truly lose friends. It's really not that the world burns your friends out and you can't have any friends because God took them away. No, sometimes that happens, don't get me wrong. But what literally happens more often than not is that you grow and you ascend and your friend stays down here and you just keep going and going and going and going and going. And then now you have nothing to talk about. What do you have to talk about when this person is down here doing the same shit they were doing and doing and doing and doing? And then you're up here living life, moving on, learning, growing. You're starting new things. You know, you're finding your happiness, and somebody's still stuck in their fucking cycle. The moon card, all about cycles, man. All about cycles. I just want to I don't know who's in this room right now, and I haven't necessarily opened up anything yet, but there is a masculine in the background, and you may not be active in the room. You may not be active in the comments, but my team just wants you to know that you are not limited. You are not limited by the success and the failures of your father. You are not limited by the success and the failure of your father, and just know you do not have to embody what your father is. I don't know who that is important to, but if that's important to you, then please take that, because my team just randomly came out of left field with that one. Woo! Ooh. Mambo Italiano, mambo. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Much love, man. We're just getting started. Man. I'm going to tell you what. There's this just energy of someone feeling trapped by their childhood. And I don't necessarily yeah, we all have a little bit of a childhood wound, and that's not really what I'm talking about, even though if you unbury it, there probably is a lot there. But they're actually talking about how someone feels stuck by their family. Stuck. Where your mia familia is not where you want to be. But because of the way you were raised and the values you were raised with, and maybe the needs your family has of you, whether being energetically pulling or physically pulling on you for one thing or another, it's really you almost feel stuck. It's like this trapped feeling. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I love you, Keys. You know I love you. Shut it. This is not you. This is not your energy. But, I mean, if the shoe fits Cinderella, you already know. But you're not stuck or trapped by what your family has going on. And it kind of goes a little bit together with that other message about this masculine, who's not limited by their father, and they are not their father, and they don't have to be. But there's also this other, there's also this feminine in the back, and Keys, you can hate me if you want, but it's not you, but you take it if it fits, man, all the love. But there's this feminine who is really struggling with their mother. And it's like a I love to hate you. It kind of a feeling to where it's like you tried so fucking hard to never be your goddamn mother. Like, that's this energy. I tried so fucking hard not to be my mother. And I will make it a purpose when I grew up. I didn't raise my family like that. Like, that's this kind of energy. I did not raise my family like she raised her family. But then what you ended up doing is literally becoming your own unique version of your mother, and it pisses you the fuck off. Somebody in here, it pisses you the fuck off because every once in a while you do something and realization kicks in. You're like, oh my God, I'm my mother. But it's only for a split second. And it's not that you embody all of the negative of that. That's not it. It's just a split second. And they're telling you that in your fixation... No, it's not, yeah. Oh, no, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It might start to sound that way, but it's not. But it's one of those things like in your fixation to never become something or someone in your family, you have actually become your own unique version of just the same thing. And that is a very hard pill to swallow, but they're saying that you've realized it here and there with the little things. And it's not that you are as bad or as, you know, my team's saying the word evil as this big figure that you have in your mind when we're talking about this person that's not, excuse me, and energy. I transmute energy. That's not what this is. But they're talking about this, like you almost feeling like caught in a snare when it comes to your family. It's like that train wreck. You know what I mean? Like that car wreck that you don't want to kind of look, but you have to look because it's a train wreck. And they're saying that it's like oh my God, the dysfunction in your family. It's like this big, overwhelming dysfunction. And you sometimes just sit there and you just can't believe that this is your family because you've done so much to try to break away from it, but somehow you keep getting pulled back. And they're just telling you to really take a look at what you're considering stuck. Because they're saying these are all a series of choices and decisions that you've made over a very, very long time. Please tap that screen, guys. Please share the live. We're going to get rolling today. I hope you can hear the music and I'm just not dancing with myself. But it's one of those things that it takes a lot. It takes a lot to grow in the way that you did out of the circumstances you were given growing up. And it's just I don't know, I won't pull on Kirk. Unless you're Kirk and you're asking if you're going to call yourself soon, which would be very odd. But to each his own. I only pull on energy that I have the permission to be in. So if Kirk's not here and doesn't give me the go-ahead, I won't pull on Kirk. But I can always pull on you, you know. But it's one of those things that Spirit's telling you to just pause and realize that you came out so well. Like they're talking about it. You came out so well, given the fact that you came with that family. Like, and it's one of those things, like, they're commending you because growing, thank you for the follow, thank you. You growing the way that you did from that situationship growing up, was very difficult. And Spirit wants you to pause and commend yourself. I don't know if you're Italian, but I grew up Italian. And this is a great song. It's the programming and learning to reprogram. Well, and we talk about it so much on like a big scale. You know what I mean? Like we talk about it on a big scale. Like I need to not do this. But it's actually the little things. You know, like there was like this trend going around. I don't know. I won't pull on Joel. Because it's unethical. But I can always pull on your energy. But thank you so much for the question. Thank you. everyone thinks about it in really like a large concept, right? Like a very large concept. Like, I need to do this. But there was this trend going around TikTok that I loved so much, and they were like the non-serious curse breakers. Because that's really what it is, you know, and a lot of the stuff seemed really simple. Like, if you're not hungry, you don't have to sit at the table and eat everything. Don't worry, we have book fair money. If you want to buy a book, mom will get you a book. Like, it was really simple things, but I loved that trend, and I loved it only because that's actually how breaking cycles works. It's really not the big choices. It's a series of really small choices that align to breaking a bigger burden off of the generation, like off of your family line. It's really not breaking like world hunger, like, or something like that. You know, it's the little things that you choose to do, because everything is a decision that you choose to do day in and day out, that then builds up into something amazing that you've now broke in your family lineage. It's collective. So I'm going to tell you what, based on that comment, I'm going to say yes and run with it, because it's literally one of those things. It's one of those things that it's collective, and if it resonates with you and you're getting all the tingles and all the signals that, like, this is for you, take it. Please take it. Welcome in, Jennifer. Welcome in. Welcome in, Vista Pizza. Vestas? Is it? It's hard to read because the words are see-through, and I'm wearing a lot of colors. Vestas, I think it is. But somebody right now is really in the moment of keys. Somebody right now is in the moment of taking a new look, like a fresh look with new lenses, at somebody that they are directly with. This King of Cups energy is taking a really good look at this Queen of Wands energy. And he is noticing a ton of patterns. Just more than enough masks to go around. And masks are the inauthentic part of ourselves. They're our fight or flight mode. They're our survival instinct. They're the things that we had to embody and become in order to survive the situations, places, and spaces that we were put in as a child, as a teen, as a young adult, as an adult, in the workplace. All of these things create a mask. And part of this recognition and part of this, what people call healing, is removing the mask. So if you look really closely, she's pulling the mask off. But notice there's still a mask on the face. It's literally that you do one mask at a time. You take the inauthentic masking that no longer serves you one step at a time. Thank you for the follow. But when you start removing these things that are inauthentic to you, I love this saying and I always share it. It's not original to me, but it is so mint. It's the, who were you before everybody told you who to be, right? A lot of people think they're authentic because they're not necessarily doing what everybody else is doing. But that's not your authenticity, right? Your authenticity may not be rebelling and doing all this crazy things. That may not be you. Good evening to you as well, man. Welcome in, Destiny. Thank you for the follow. You're amazing, man. But it's one of those things that still may not be authentic to you. But as you start pulling back these layers, and I like to think of it as an onion, because when you're like me, you come with layers. So I have quite a bit of peeling that I had to do. And it's one of those things that this is where you get your fresh start, because you get new eyes, you get new lenses. It's not the glasses you choose to use, it's the lenses that they have, right? So this is just your new beginning, your your new start. I also call it the leap of faith, and so does Keys, because with every new beginning, that means you have to step out of your comfort zone. Even if it's just a little fucking bit, you'll be out of your comfort zone. And when that happens, there's a little bit of nervousness, and there's a little bit of, I'll call it like a baby seed of doubt, right? You don't know if you motherfucking should, but I'm telling you right now, my team's like, You really need to, homie. My team is talking directly to this Hierophant, this King of Cups energy that just flew out. You really need to, homie. You really need to do exactly what you motherfucking need to do for yourself. So if that is not acceptable by everybody else in the room, you can stick that bird right in the air, because it doesn't have to be good for everybody else. The part of choosing you is doing what's good for you despite what it may look like, despite what it may feel like to everybody else around you. These are the hard choices, because in the life that we grew up in, and I'm joining all whatever 6, 8 of us in this room in the we. When we grew up in a life where everybody told us that we had to keep everybody else's feelings in mind when we moved, what they failed to tell us was that we needed to keep our feelings in mind. So this choosing you is now reconsidering how things make you feel and what you need to do to be better. And the people who are not okay with you being okay, they can fall to the side. They can. Because the people who are here for you, and my back is cold now, the people who are here for you, thank you so much for the gift. Thank you, thank you. The people who are here for you will be here for you while you choose yourself. And the people who are using you, and you will be surprised how many people pull on you. You know, I love that quote too. That's like, I ask God to, and change God with universe if it offends you. It's just a label. You know, it's like I chose God to remove my enemies from my pathway, and I was surprised how many friends I lost. Because not everybody is your friend. Some people are friendly because of what you can do for them. And that's really hard to understand and accept. But once you do, it's another level. And it's okay, because it's not taking it personal. It's just realizing that they liked what you brought to their table more than smashing tables together. They'd rather sit at your table than bring tables together. How do I choose me? What do I even need? All I know are mom's things these days. But but that's it. That's it. So what makes you happy apart from being a mom? What do you need to feel like the best mom? What do you need to feel satisfied? You know what I mean? Like, it's all of those things. You need something outside of being a mom that lights your fire, like drawing, art, guitar, singing, a hobby, exercising, biking, fishing. It doesn't matter. Hunting, shooting guns. It could be whatever. But you need a little niche, a little getaway that's for you. That's step one. Step one of choosing you is always self-care. So outside of the crazy ass world that it is being a mom, you need one thing that is just a you thing. And that could be 15 minutes soaking in a bath of Epsom salt. It could literally just be that. It doesn't have to be like, I need to get a sitter and I need to go out for 4 hours. It just needs to be something where you feel refreshed and slightly recharged. And then as you weave in that, you know, you will find that there are people who, even if it's 15 minutes, will somehow find a way to tell you you're being selfish. And those people, bye. Goodbye. Because I can't take care of a family and I can't take care of my kids if I don't take care of me first. It starts with you. You can't pour from an empty cup, and that's where this philosophy comes from, is you can't pour from an empty cup. It's, I need to fill my cup up so much that it overflows. And then you stick your cup underneath of it. And then I'll fill up your cup too. But if I'm pouring always out of my cup, I'm always leaving myself with a half cup. But if I give to myself so much, then everybody can have the excess. And then I never feel drained because I'm overflowing. And that's literally so easy to say, but putting it into practice is immensely difficult. It is. It's immensely difficult. And if you're not a mother or you're not a father in the room, but you're grinding and you're working several jobs and you're trying to keep up with if you're single and you own a home and you're trying to, it's similar equivalency. All of our plates are full. They're just full of different things. So even though you may not have a child in the room, it's okay. You have other things that demand your attention. You have pets, you have jobs, it's the same thing. We can't give our energy to all those things if we don't first replenish our own energy. So I always start with hygiene, energetic and spiritual hygiene. And I mean, please practice physical hygiene, please. But sorry, my team's laughing. Please practice physical hygiene. I know it's really sounds kind of funny and I'm giggling a little bit, but honestly, when a lot of people are hyper independent and a lot of things, usually caring for the self is the first thing to go, right? So if you're a go person and you have your plate more than swamped, and like, I know I used to do it. Oh my God, I used to do it all the time. I would convince myself that, I took a shower yesterday, or, I washed my hair yesterday. I don't need to do that today. You know what I mean? Because I have to go vacuum, or because I have to go do this, or, well, my friend needs help over here, right? You convince yourself that other things are more important than me and the basic needs. And Spirit's just saying, no, practice those things. Cover all your basic needs. And then that's also a way of giving to yourself. So I always start with spiritual hygiene and energetic hygiene and physical hygiene. But the more you do those things, it takes about a week to form a habit. And I mean like not without thinking, that takes a whole lot longer. But to get in like a ritual habit of doing something takes roughly about a week. So a lot of times if you kind of start like where you make yourself do something at 6 o'clock every day, or when you first wake up, or, when the kids are down for a nap or something, if you start with that, you'll be surprised how you find time for things. Because I used to be somebody who the first thing out of my mouth was, I don't have time. I would read that book that I've been dying to read, but I don't have time. But then I stop and look, and you start, like, I analyzed my day when I was going through my hardest of healing. I analyzed my day. I was like, okay, for about an hour I do this. I go to work from here to here. I go to my second job from here to here. I eat lunch about this time. And then you realize that, oh shit, I have a lot of time. I have a lot of time in my day. I keep pretending I don't have time. That's really awkward. So then you start like forcing yourself to do little things. You have to trick your mind. And that's where like my team allows me to say that fake it till you make it. Because you're really not faking it till you make it. But your brain is like the last thing to get on board. And when your brain controls your body and a lot of your physical urges, not your energetical urges or senses, but your physical urges, you need to get your brain on board. So doing things forcibly without all of your heart and soul in the beginning is something you need to do. And then once you force your brain to do them several times and you force yourself to do them, all of a sudden your brain's like, I may have been a little wrong. And I think we're okay with this. And then what happens is your brain's like, oh, hey, remember, at 6, we have to do this. And then you find yourself telling people, I can't do that, but I can do it like a half hour later because from 6 to 6:30, I, take a bath, or I listen to music, or I read a chapter in my book. Like, it's things like that you almost have to fake it till you make it because you need to trick your brain to listen. Like, your brain likes to be in control and it likes to drive. But actually, you need to not move off of your head and move off of your soul, or your heart, or your gut, something like in the lower Dantian area of your energy. And in order for that to happen, you have to trick your brain into following other orders. And it's really a complicated thing, but it's easy to practice. It's not always complicated. It's not always easy to understand when you hear it the first time. Like, everyone hears, I'm not my thoughts. It's because you're actually not. It's because you're really not. Your thoughts are a product of something else. Outside energy, your own internal like wounds and stuff like that. So when you have outside and inside forming thoughts, a lot of times the thoughts actually aren't yours. It's the way your body is perceiving outside energy. Sometimes they are. I'm not saying, you never have a thought. But when you're giving the reins to somebody who's only maybe 50% you, that's a whole new perspective. That's a whole new perspective. Like, you know what I mean? Like, But we got on a tangent, but here we are. So, welcome in, guys. Thank you for all the love, all the appreciation, all the love taps. It is much appreciated. Violet! Oh, hell, girl. Oh, shit. Well, so for those of you that don't know, we have a website, and it is completely free, and it benefits you so much. It's www.childofbalance.com, no underscores, no spaces. You can earn points for interacting with the website. When you earn points, it equals into money off of services. Always a win-win. We have a blog we post 3 times a week. Every single Monday is a card toss. It's a collective card toss that helps you kind of see a projection for the week ahead, so you might know what you're coming up against, might be feeling throughout the week. And then Wednesday and Saturday is always everything spiritual in any sense of the word. Shadow work, breath work, healing, sacred geometry, cultural traditions, candle magic, herbal recipes, bath teas. Thank you for the follow. Oh my God, so much love, guys. I love all of you. Thank you. But all of these things are on the website. I'm sorry, hold on. Before I finish, somebody has a split decision they need to make. My team's stopping me. Somebody has a split decision they need to make. Hey, Dazzy, welcome in, man. My smoke just split in half and is now fading over the front of the screen. Somebody has a split decision to make, and you think it's your head over your heart. It's not. They want you to go with your heart on this one. They're saying your head's been the problem so far. You need to stop listening to your head, and you need to listen to your heart on this one. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but you are coming up a direct decision, a direct path, and you have 2 choices, and you do, and it's causing you a lot of stress. And you want to be smart because you don't want to feel stupid, is what I keep hearing. I don't want to feel dumb. You're not going to feel dumb, but they want you to go with your heart over your head, because the last time you had a decision similar to this, you went with your head, and you're not happy right now. They want you to go with your heart. Welcome in. But the website, you can earn points. And when you become a subscriber on here too, you earn 5 points for every month you're an active subscriber to either me or Keys of Wisdom 369. So we're trying to give you guys so many ways to give back to you, to allow you to have notifications, so that way if we cut prices of services for holidays, or we do coupons or stuff like this, or we open new services on the website, we want you guys to be able to know that, yes, you did, after some serious trial and error, and I love you for it. You stuck with it. But it's free to you always. It's www.childofbalance.com. And if you buy nothing, it is okay. I'd rather have you a part of the community because you love the blog, which is always fucking free. And you don't have to buy a single thing. It's just there for you, for if you feel like you need it, you know where to go. So do not feel pressure. You do not have to spend money. I'd rather just have you a part of the community. I'd rather have that. We're doing $10 reads today, and my team's a little bit feisty. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what we're gonna get. We may get some good shit and we may get some savage. And that's all I can tell you. You know, somebody is going, and somebody being a lot of people are going through a massive transition right now. You're truly shape-shifting. And it's just really important, and I can't say this enough, like, your energetic body heals, grows, matures, shifts, and adapts faster than your physical body. And when that happens, we have to allow the physical body time to catch up. Is it 'cause the eclipse? You know, I'm gonna be honest. I am kind of on the fence. So, and I'm going to be honest only because I believe those kinds of events only amplify the subtle energies that are already present. Because I can think of some stubborn ass people who the eclipse had zero effect on. I'm going to be whole honest. But if there's a seed in somebody of change, it's going to amplify the energy. If someone's already in a full-blown transition, they're already doing a ton of work and stuff, it's just going to propel you all the more forward. You know what I mean? I'm always honest. It usually gets me in trouble. Sorry, I was listening. You didn't lose me. I was listening. So, list is open. We're doing $10 reads tonight. Somebody in here is about to have like an ability upgrade. And this ability upgrade is going to be more in the... burp for confirmation. Is going to be more in the realm of like a wisdom knowledge kind of an upgrade. And it's going to happen in your sleep. So, it's going to be one of those things that you may be unaware of. And you're just going to have the feeling of, I woke up different. It's not going to be, you may have glimpses and like a little bit, but it's just like, I opened my eyes and knew me, whoa, who this? It's that kind of a feeling. Like you're going to awaken with holy moly mother fire. And they're just talking about how this is, like, they're just saying it in a weird way, which is kind of catching me up. They're like saying it's finding you. Like, you didn't find it, it's finding you. So it takes me more into the feeling of this was actually directly led by your team. Like, almost like falling in directly with divine timing, like exactly when it's meant to find you. And this is kind of that feeling, is it's not like you're, like, I'm going to be whole ass honest. Someone's been searching for something, and I don't even know if they know what they've been searching for. But I just feel like somebody's been trying really fucking hard to tap in and to do something really, it's almost like when someone's kind of young and new into it, they're like, I just want to do something really cool. Like, it's kind of like that feeling, like you've been trying so fucking hard to just do something really cool. Like, just give me something cool that I could tell the homies. Just give me something cool that I could, like, tell my fam. Like, I just want to tell somebody, like, I did some cool ass shit last night. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that feeling. And I just get this picture of, like, someone being like, all right, let's game plan this. And then their head hits the pillow and they wake up and they're like, damn it, nothing. You know, it's that kind of a feeling. And then they're saying, like, I get this, my team's kind of giggling because it's this cute kind of fun, like, I'm a beginner kind of an energy where it's like, I'm just really happy if anything happens. Like, this is cool to me kind of an energy, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like you're thinking in one direction. Like, you want something cool in, like, a certain way, almost like a expectation kind of, but I don't know that you know that that's what you would qualify it as. But you're like, oh no, I'm game for anything. But subconsciously, you're like thinking of one particular thing that you're game for. And then it's like your team's like, and you're not really getting a whole lot because you're stifling the flow of energy. But then they're saying they're giving you like almost like a breadcrumb. Like they're throwing you a breadcrumb in your dream. You know what I mean? Keys. I'm not laughing at you, Violet. I love you to death. I love you to death, but you don't know. You don't know the level of confirmation. So 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 but I'm not laughing at you. So please do not never take it that way. I'm not laughing at you. It's because this is a confirmation for me. So I don't necessarily know if I've truly met my soulmate yet. So I don't know how much I can speak on soulmates. I have met my twin flame, and I have met several kindred souls, and I have met several past connections. I think they're different. I've met a couple karmics. I've met my imposter flame. And I'm going to be honest, my twin flame is not romantic in nature. So I think it's a little bit different mentally when it's not romantic versus when it's romantic. Because I feel like the general public will tell you that you get swept away in romance and all this blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to just tell you right now, that was not how it was for me. I found peace in my twin flame. I found somebody who I would describe as my brother, as my best friend, as we jived immediately. We were homies from day one. I said hi, he said hi, and it was like that movie from Step Brothers, and we were like, did we just become best friends? Do you want to go do karate in the garage? That's how it was. I've had several past lives with this person. I knew that and he knew that right away. We could feel each other in an odd way. And I mean like in an odd way. Like I would hear his voice in my head. And Keys, I have a story to tell you that I forgot until now. I have a story to tell you. And he dream walks with me all the time. It is open, sir. It is open. He dream walks with me all the time. I call it dream walking. Some people call it astral. And while I am a vivid dreamer, a lot of the people that I meet in my dream are not. They're either passed on or it's a warning coming from somebody or a premonition. Or they're people that physically I've never met in this lifetime, but I know them because I'm in astral. He's the first person that I would say for sure was I met, and less than a week to a month later, he was in my dreams teaching me things. Like, because he is very spiritual in nature, it's just what happened. I'm going to tell you, the level of projecting and the level of triggering each other is immense. And unintentionally, but immense. And I'm going to be whole ass honest, I wouldn't change it for the world. I have learned and grown so fucking much having met this individual. I wouldn't change it for the life of me. Yeah, the runner chaser was huge. It was super huge for me. And I would not describe myself as a chaser. I was always like, you want to run? Like so much so that this person had me chasing an astral. Like, and it wasn't always like, and for it not to be on a romantic level was always crazy. You know what I mean? Because we're just friends. I love him like he's family because he's family. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to talk on soulmate. Karmic, it just came on really, really fast. It came on really fast. There were a lot of red flags that I ignored. But that was because I was still a fixer. I still wanted to fix somebody, you know. I wanted to be someone's shoulder to cry on. I wanted to be able to allow the person or man in my life to not be complete when they met me, right? And I was okay helping them through that, which is great. But a lot of the people that I accepted in who weren't complete, they actually weren't necessarily for me, and it's not because they weren't complete. It's because they were attracted to what I could give them, and they weren't actually attracted to the relationship. And it was like a hard lesson I had to learn, but that was part of my, thank you for the follow, that was actually part of my karmic lesson, was the not need to fix somebody, you know, because the problem is, like, when you're a fixer and the person likes to be broken, and broken just being like they like their victim story, they like to express their wounds, they don't want you to fix them. So they'll run from healing every chance they get. It's because they've now created a mask and an identity that is only their victimship, is only their wounded self. And you, as hard as you fucking try to show them that they're not wounded and that they're beautiful in every single way and it's okay and you can be not okay and that's okay, they don't like that because the story they told themselves is they are wounded. And it's really, 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 really hard. But those are the people that they actually heal more in your absence than by your side. Because while they're in your energy will always pick up their slack. It will. Because that's the fixer in you. If you're like I was, you know what I mean? Like, that's that part of you. That'll be like, oh, you don't feel like 100%, you only feel like 20%? No problem. I'll do 170%. That just don't work. Not realistic at all. So, I hope that answers. Hold on. Let me check. I saw a couple people while we were going. Okay, I saw Fala, and then I saw that Logan said he donated. Hold on, I'm so sorry. Fala was first, I know that. Okay, my back. Okay. So, Follow was first, and then I have Logan on the list. I'm sorry. I know followers because I was chit-chatting. Alright. So, right off the bat, Miss Fala, I will only ever pull for your energy. I will never pull on anyone's energy that's not in the room and cannot give me permission. Do you have a specific question that you would like me to feel into? Or do you just want me to wing it? No, my team's saying you have a question. Do you have a question? No, wing it. Are you sure you don't have a question? Because my team's pretty... Okay. Alright. My team's pretty certain that you have a question. But, hey, I'm going to respect what you want. You paid, man. I just feel like... Is this one of those deep questions? Like those deep, dark questions? Do you... I'm so sorry. They're pretty fucking adamant that you have a goddamn question. They're pretty adamant that you have a question. Do you have a love question, but you can't answer it now because you know I won't pull on other people's... I feel like this is kind of like a love question, like, cause I'm not much for love readings, but my team's like, oh no, she has a question. She has a question. Like, it's almost like that buddy who's like, she's got a question. You're okay right off the bat, since you want to go with general here. Right off the bat, you're loyal to a fault. You're so loyal that you stand in your loyalty until it fucking kills you. Like, until somebody, like, it's almost like somebody has, I'm getting cold chills. It's almost like somebody has to hurt your feelings. It's almost like somebody has to hurt your feelings for you to truly, like, walk away. Like, somebody has to, like, ooh, ew, guys, no, we're not doing that. We can slow down on the shuffle. It's like somebody really has to hurt you. Are you in a situationship right now? Are you in a situationship right now? Because it doesn't feel like the best of things. I'm gonna be real honest. It feels like it almost feels like you kind of walk on eggshells a little bit. Like for a fear of fucking up. Like, and for a fear of triggering an argument or a physical, like, not physical, I'm sorry, not like punch, but like for some struggle and strife that is in the physicality of things and not just the emotional things, like where you're arguing or something like that, and then all of a sudden you guys are kind of giving each other a cold shoulder, and you kind of don't know where you stand, and you're like back and forth, and you're not really happy, but there's so much anxiety around this person in the situationship, because that's kind of what I'm kind of like feeling here. Like you're like loyal to the situation, even though the situation is not really the most fulfilling to you. This is very interesting because this is what we were just kind of talking about. So hold on. I need to get my yes, no deck because I have a question to ask. Okay, so, Alright. I think so. Woo. Yeah, well, I know that. I can feel that much. No. It's like you have like a couple things going on here, dude. Part of it is you have this disconnect within your relationship, this heavy imbalance that is weighing on a lot for you right now. And to be honest, you're kind of sitting in this loyalty to the relationship, which is very admirable. However, they're talking about you're kind of ignoring your own wisdom here. Like, it's like you're denying your own common sense. And hey GL, and I don't know necessarily what that pertains to. However, they're saying that you have a lack of confidence about yourself within the entire relationship. And that this struggle is what they're saying is actually what is consuming you a lot. Like, I don't know what Alan is, Keys, but I don't think that's for us, dude. But it's one of those things that they're just talking about. I'm going to be whole ass honest. And I need you to use your discernment when I tell you what my team is saying. Because this is a personal thing to you. And I need you to use your discernment and not blow up your life based on one card read. This is kind of the reason that I don't necessarily like relationships, because relationships are layered in nature. So right now, in the current moment, in the now moment, based out what is out here and what my team is saying, is that they're calling it a situationship, even though it feels a lot deeper than that. They're calling it a situationship because you guys are not working together to make it a relationship, even though you guys are together. They're calling it kind of a little bit like karmic-y. And when karmic-y things come, there's a lot of lessons to be learned. Now, a lot of people can have beautiful lives with their karmic, and that's not what it's saying. It's not because it's karmic that you need to run for the hills. But they are having you out here as not being fulfilled in this relationship at all. And there's like a level of knowledge and wisdom that you're not happy. Like it's almost like they're physically, like my gut is turning. Like it's like you don't have the lack of confidence, or sorry, you have a lack of confidence in the physical signs that you are getting that this ain't it. And it's consuming you in every single way, shape, and form, in that this isn't doing it for you. So they're saying that the two things need to happen. You need to start watering yourself more, and watering yourself, like we talked about in the beginning, I don't know if you were here or not, it's giving to your own cup. It's filling your cup so much that it overflows and then potentially can fill other people's cups. It's not pouring your cup out into somebody else's cup. And they're talking about when you start filling into yourself, giving to yourself, doing what you love despite what this other person thinks, and gaining back your confidence, you're going to start balancing yourself out. And then when you balance yourself out is when your decision making comes in. Because they're saying that either this person is going to rise and is going to match you, or he's not. And he's going to be stuck in the mud. So he's either going to rise and become the King of Cups and match your energy, or he's going to be holding you back. And if he's holding you back, then they're saying you know what to do, because you already have half a feeling. Like, this is what it feels like. You already have half a feeling. And I don't want you to take this and run with it. You know what I mean? I want you to discern on it. Please discern on it. But they're talking about this kind of struggle that you're currently going through. They want you to pause and kind of put the outward struggle to the side for a second. And they want you to start feeding yourself. Like, start giving to yourself. Start doing things that you love. Start growing confidence within yourself. And then they're telling you, you're going to, like, it's almost like you're going to see everything you need to see to make the moves that you kind of half think you need to make. It's like kind of the energy here. It's like this back and forth. Oh, I kind of think I'm being told to do something. You know what I mean? But conflict is out here really heavy in 3 decks. And there's also like this, it's like this lack of patience feeling, because I feel like you're kind of just a little bit over it. Like you want to know, but then there's this part of you that's like, oh, I don't know if I want to know. And you're like peeking through the hands. But when I specifically grabbed the yes, no deck and I asked if this was karmic, I got a yes. Now, karmic is not necessarily bad. It just means it's meant to teach you a lot about you. It's meant to teach you a lot of lessons about you. And once you learn the lessons is the know better, do better. And that's when you get to move and function off of what you've learned. That's when you become the whole new you. And then the person that you're with either grows or they don't. And when they don't, the gap gets bigger. And then you're unrelatable to each other. You know what I mean? And it's really just this yeah. And so if that's the case, then he may very, very well rise to the occasion. But out here right now, you are heavily fraught in conflict. Like, there's a lot of struggle, a lot of anxiety, a lot of physical imbalance between both of you in this relationship is what is coming out here. And there's a lot of questions on your half of the relationship on if this is it or not. And then your gut's pulling you one way and your brain's pulling you the other way. And maybe this message in the beginning was for you to go with your heart over your head, whatever that decision is. But they're just telling you they really want you to start putting back into yourself. When you put back into yourself is when you're going to learn what you need to know. And they're saying that he's going to show you where he stands. And that's like, I feel like that's kind of shitty to tell you. As a person, and not as the vessel for spirit, as me as a person, I feel like that's really shitty news. And I'm really, really sorry. But that is the God's honest truth that is coming out on this table and my team in my ear right now. They really want you to turn your tables of worry into focus on yourself, right? Because you're worrying because you're focusing on him in the relationship. What he's doing, what he's not doing, what's working, what's not working. And they're saying that you need to turn it now back on you. You focused on him enough. You know what I mean? You focused on that over there is what the team is saying, that over there enough. You need to focus on you now. And by focusing on you, he's either going to be like, hey, buddy, what do you got going on over there? Hey, what? Yeah, we could do that together. I miss you. Or that's not going to happen. And he's going to be acting a whole fool because you're doing what you need to do. You know what I mean? And there's just like a lot, like, there's a lot of other things kind of intertwined here. There's a lot of things intertwined here. Ooh. Yeah. There's a lot of things intertwined here. And it's just the feeling of like, of you trying really hard to like build solid foundations for somebody. Yeah. There's just a lot to consider here. And like, I get the feeling like you have a full home. Like you have a full home in the sense of bodies. As in this relationship is not only you and him, that there are other people a part of it potentially. And I don't mean like you're like a quadruple sum. That's not what I mean. I mean like kids. So you have a lot to consider, and it is showing it's weighing heavy on the mind. But that's what they're telling you. If you start pouring into yourself, you're going to lessen your burdens. Like, and don't get me wrong, you can pour into your kids, and as a mother, that'll be pouring into yourself, but you still need separate time. You still need some time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, 15 minutes in the shower, in a bath, whatever, sneaking out back while the kids are taking a nap, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So do that first. And he is going, allow him to rise or fall by himself. And I know that's really easy to say and really, really hard to do. Allow him to rise to the occasion or fall by himself. And it'll show you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. I really hope that helps you, and I'm not much for love readings, but your team was adamant that you had a love question. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for allowing me to feel into your energy. Thank you for allowing my team to talk to yours, and I appreciate it. Alrighty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you 100%. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Alright. Mr. Logan Are you still in here, dude? I hope we didn't lose you. Are you still in here? Is Logan still in here? Or did Logan bounce without a read, man? I'm still in here. Alright, sweet. Well, good evening, sir. So, you know the question. Do you have a question? Or something you want felt into specifically, like a situation or a thing? Oh, no, sir. Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, I'll tell you. It's going to come out anyway, and you know it. So do you have a question, Mr. Logan? Since we're not calling you sir. Or are you just struggling? That's funny. That's funny because woo, they were talking about your little lack of strength lately, and I take it as that imbalance of questioning yourself. Well, we can give it a whirl. Nah, it's fine. Call me that. Ah, it's all good. It just comes out naturally out of respect. And I know we talked about that. Oh God, the worst shuffle of my life. All right, let's see what we got for Mr. Logan and his job. I don't know I don't know if somebody on your team calls you boy. Like they refer to you as boy, not kid. But I just had this masculine on your team who was just like, what makes you think you're not getting that job, boy? But not like in a like boy kind of way, like somebody would insert kid, but instead said the word boy. Well, I'll tell you. I mean, I'll tell you what, my grandma. Well, so you got 5 yeses just in the simplicity of the yes/no question. And 5 is all about transition. It's all about movement. It's all about growth. And I'm going to be real honest. I'm going to say yes. I feel like you're going to get the job, but I feel like this masculine is almost insulted by the fact that you would dare to think that your ass wasn't getting the job. You got the world card out here. You got completion. You got solid foundations. Is this job going to be, like they're taking forever, is this job going to be one of these jobs where you kind of learn as you go? Yes, it's like that is the energy. The energy is almost insulted that you thought that like your abilities couldn't get this job. But it's funny because at the same time this masculine is not saying, "Yeah, son, the job's yours." No, he's almost like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that for some reason you thought with what you have that like... But the reason I ask is because we have the Hermit card out here. We have the Hermit card out here. And my Hermit card is always my student card. So it gives you the opportunity to be learning and growing within a job. Now, I'm going to be real honest. I feel like you have a choice. So I feel like this job may not come in in a way where it's going to be an instant yes. It's almost like they're going to offer you something that you're gonna actually have to think on. So I get the picture of you like weighing the options. Like, I could. It's almost like there's like a catch. Like, the job is yours if you want it. Like, that's the kind of feeling that I get here, and it's gonna be hard because there's gonna be a lot of pros and there may be one or two cons, and it's gonna be your choice to decide if you live with it. It's not gonna be like a slam dunk. I'm not getting that feeling. I'm getting this kind of feeling as like it's gonna cause you to pause. You're gonna have a big pause here because this is truly gonna be your choice. So I'm getting the energy like you're gonna be made an offer, but I don't necessarily know if you think it's gonna benefit you. And the only reason I say that is because the things that they might be offering to you, they may not necessarily be directly compensating you for. And you may be doing more than the job was listed to entail. Like, kind of one of those jobs where you're my right ear is ringing. Kind of one of those jobs where you're like hired in at something, and then like 6 months in or something like that, the manager's like, oh, hey, by the way, we're also going to have you start doing this. Or, oh, by the way, you're also going to have to, I don't know, you said it was electric job, so you might also have to order parts, or, oh, you might also have to do higher end fire, oh, you might also have to go to these trainings. Like, it's like, almost like there's a catch to this job, and this masculine over here to my right is kind of like being like, the choice is his, but the catch might be a bitch. Hell, I do that now. But I just mean like sorry. Sorry, that was just funny. But I'm gonna be real honest, it's gonna have you up in your head. It is, because, excuse me, you can see some positive with this job of kind of moving you, and almost like I'm getting like a different direction. But then you're gonna pause and kind of like want to pivot and be like, but is this really gonna get me everything that, like, I don't know if you're gonna be happy with the offer they make you, to be really honest. I don't know if you're gonna be happy with the offer they make you, but I do get the feeling they will make you the offer. And it's truly going to be your choice if you choose the offer. Now, I'm going to be real honest, so that's the job. But your team really wants you to start playing more. They're really actually talking about a different side of you. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about too serious. Like, too serious for your own good. They want you to get outside and start embracing some of your child self again, and start playing and finding the love and curiosity in the things that you used to do. They're saying that this is kind of stemming and branching into a little bit of your lack of confidence. And they're talking about your confidence actually being a lack mindset surrounding your strengths. And they're saying that when you're denying yourself like the happy childhood, kind of playing, goofing, acting a whole ass fool, but in a constructive, healthy way, it also kind of lessens some of the inflow of energy that you are naturally feeding into that area of your life, which would be your confidence, your strength, your mental fortitude, because you're letting your upper dantian, your brain, take over. And they're talking about your fun directly being linked with your self-care. And they're talking about how a way that you replenish yourself energetically is actually by acting a fool. It's actually by playing around. And this is a kind of way where some people might like a lot of women might read a book or take a bath or something. Like, I just feel like you get dirty. Like, not in like a weird way. That came out so wrong. But like, you get dirty. Like, you get your hands dirty. You're physically doing things, building things, quads or something. I don't know. It's just like this rough house feel. Someone said welding. I don't know if you weld, but it's just that kind of like manly man, but you know, it's just kind of this fool around, fuck around, find out kind of a feeling, but in like a productive way, because you're a little bit older now and you don't need to hurt yourself acting a fool like you did when you were like 16, you know. But they're just talking about when you find yourself being really in your head and having this kind of feeling like, so this masculine's really talking about how there was an age for you that you were actually kind of young and dumb. But young and dumb to where it's like you didn't mind doing something that was going to hurt you because you thought it was funny and you thought it was a good idea. And, you know, it was like one of these like, I'll be fine kind of a thing. And they're talking about that for you actually is at the core of like where you are, like that like tinkering, that like, you know, I'm gonna just pull it apart and put it back together. And I had an idea once and I kind of did a rough sketch and I think that'll kind of work. And then all of a sudden someone blinks and you have like a shed built. Like, it's this kind of like, I like to build stuff. I'm building a chicken coop. See, like that. Like that. Somebody blinks and man with a chicken coop. And I get it because I built a duck tractor and you do weird things when tools are around and wood's available. But it's one of those things like he's just saying you need to also do the things that you find fun. Thank you so much. I love my shirt too. You need to do the things that you find really fun, but also the things that you haven't turned into work, right? So even though you like building things and you're building a chicken coop, he's also talking about unplugging from the demands of getting something done and just having fun. Thank you so much for the follow. And he's talking about your self-care starts with that. So it actually starts with you going back to the root of playing, of tinkering, of you know, not being so set. Like, okay to make a mistake, okay to have a fun. It doesn't matter if the desired outcome's reached. Like, he wants you to kind of start playing again. I don't know a different way to say that. Like, go swings, go for a walk, like playing. Because a lot of times that's when your lack of, he's saying it's directly linked for you, which is so interesting. Like, your lack of, when you feel not so mentally strong or you feel drained or something like that, it's usually in the times when you have put aside childish things to become an adult because somebody fed you that lie. And it's one of those things, just like, he wants you to now bring back the child because you need to be playing a little bit every day. No, playing makes sense. Yeah. He wants you to start playing a little bit every day. Like 15 minutes, half hour. It doesn't matter. But he's saying he wants you to start incorporating it. Like it's a puzzle piece that fell on the floor for you. And you have the puzzle and you're like, my life is missing something. And he wants you to start weaving it back in. Because it's actually going to start fulfilling you mentally in a lot of other ways. So while the job was on your mind, he's actually not concerned about the job. He's almost insulted that you thought the job was not going to happen for you, because he's like, you're probably not going to take the job because they're probably going to try to fuck you. Like, I know it sounds awful, but like, that's the vibe I get from this gentleman. He's like, you didn't think like I should take the, like, he's saying it's up to you. He's saying don't shoot the offer before you have the offer. But keep your options opened. So he's saying don't shoot the offer before you got it. But keep your options open because there might be something better. I don't, like, I'm telling you, he's just alluding to the fact that this job might be, there might be a kicker for you that you're going to be like, fuck, no thank you. For how much? No. For what? How many hours a week? 60? Bye. So just be on the lookout for the kicker is what your guide's saying. Be on the lookout for the kicker. So that's about what I work now. 60. But that's the thing. So that may be the kicker. The kicker may be that it's not like, it's like I just get the feeling like you'd rather do something else with your time is the vibe that I get from you. So it's like when that's the vibe, if another job's coming in, even if they may pay you $1 or $2 more an hour if you're punching clock or if you're a union, even if you're getting a little bit more, it might not sweeten the deal if you're looking to spend some time elsewhere. So like if you're working about 55, 60, sometimes 65, depending on the day, hours, and you're looking for something where you can have a break and maybe you're only working 45 or 50 hours and you get 10 hours that you can spend playing or building or doing something else with family, and this job comes in and it goes, yeah, it's everything you want, but it's 60 hours. That might be the make it or break it. You know what I mean? I mainly want to work in a job and work less hours. So sometimes I love when I get on tangents and then I look at the screen and you guys are like, oh yeah, less hours. But that's the thing. There's just going to be something that it may be a break it for you. So just be on the lookout for it, because I keep wanting to say Gramps, but I haven't done enough questions and feels into this masculine to call him your grandfather, but I'm going to just say Gramps because it wants to come out every time. At very least, he's an older masculine energy. But, like I'm supposed to work 6:30 to 2:30 instead of 7:30 to 5. That's tough. Coming from somebody who works 10 and not doing this, but coming from somebody who works like 9-10 hours a day, yeah, that's tough. Plus I have an hour drive one way. Yeah, so really your ass is up at 4:30 because you need to get rolling, you need to get shit done to be out the door by 5:15, to drive about an hour, to be at work on time, to only get out at 2:30, to drive an hour home, to potentially hit our home traffic at around 4. I'm gonna be honest, that would be a no for moi. I don't know about you, but if I was looking for less of a headache, that sounds like more of a headache. I'm an early riser, so I would rather start my day at 6 and be done at 2. However, when you're doing an hour drive, for me, I'd be like, but it's all what you can live with. If you can live with it, it's great. But I'm going to be honest, the way you're texting it in this chat, it doesn't sound like you're too happy with it. Yeah, I hate leaving at 5 and getting home at 6, all in traffic. It gets all... But yeah, oh, it does. Oh, it does. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to drive an hour and a half to work every day at one point in my life. It was awful. It was awful. I woke up at 4:45. I was out the door at 5:15, and I did not get home until 7. It was awful. It was awful. So I feel you. I feel you, fam. I feel you so much. But, your masculine's not worried if you're going to get the job offer. Your masculine's just telling you to look at all the fine print, because he's thinking that you may not want the job after they make you the offer, because you know what you want. You know what you want already. So he's just telling you it's your choice, but to be like, it may be a blessing in disguise is kind of the vibe I get. So I'm going to be real honest. This has nothing to do with your read, but what's stopping you? Like, this is completely separate from your read. Like, but what the fuck's stopping you? What do you think is stopping you from doing what you love? You know what I mean? Family. Your physical family, your wife and children, or staying close to relatives and having time for relatives. Because those are two different kinds of family. Because I'm going to be real honest. If it's what you love, you can always find time for it. Yeah, but you know what, dude? My body's lighting up right now. You know what? They would rather have you happy than miserable. And I know it's really fucking hard to get that through, but they would rather have you happy than miserable. Even if they give you shit for why the fuck did I pay for college, blah, 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 blah. They'd rather have you happy at the end of the day. They really, truly would. I went to college for something, and it's not this. I spent close to $100,000 on my 4-year degree, my double bachelor's degree. And this took over. Because it's what you love to do. I spent years doing what I love. I'm not doing what I love. Oh God, ugh. No. Doing what I went to college for. I was the most miserable person in my whole life. But everybody else felt I was really successful because I was good at it. I judge success differently. Right now, as we're building and growing this, welcome in, amen, welcome in. This is what I choose to view as successful. Because the money doesn't matter if I'm not happy. Because then I'm not spending the money correctly. And then I hate my existence. When you're taught to work for you're working 60 hours a week, dude. You're really only, there's only really daylight for 12, 14 hours a day. To make 60 hours a week in probably a 5-day work week, depending on if you work weekends, I don't know. It's not worth it. You're telling me you're burning the daylight hours doing something that you're not really fulfilled in? Because you're worried how somebody might take it? It's the hardest thing, but this is that choice for you. This is that choice for you. Do you do what grinds your gears and what gets you going and what lights your fucking fire in your soul? Or do you do what you're supposed to do? And it's really fucking easy when you say it like that. You're like, oh yeah, well duh, I want to do what I want to do. Well, yeah. But then it just always seems really messy in practice. You know what I mean? And it's just this gentleman is just, he's really just talking about start somewhere. He's very adamant in he's just very adamant in that it doesn't matter where you start, it just matters that you start. It's almost like this feeling well, sitting here complaining ain't doing it. That's kind of the vibe from this guy. So he's really just talking about doesn't matter where you start, pick something. Find what you don't like. Find what you do like. Kind of a vibe. You know what I mean? Do you like fire? Do you like fire? Are you like a mini pyro? Not like you're gonna burn down a school, but cause the entire time during your read, the only word, no, I'm not, LOL. Okay, well then this may be completely random, and it may just be something with your hands, but the entire time through your My God, can I talk, please? The entire time through your read, the only job that they keep naming by name is welding. Like, that is the only thing that they have physically put a label on is welding. And I'm not saying that you need to run out and go buy a MIG or a TIG welder and, like, literally start going ham. That's literally not, not what I'm saying. But I'm just letting you know, that is the only word that has come up the entire time as far as narrowing down, like, a specific field. But as I'm saying welding, he's like, well, construction. But welding is literally the only thing that my dad was a welder for 20 years. Well, then it runs in the family. No. I'm going to tell you, and this is not meant to be like sexual in any way, but it always sounds bad when I say it. But like, welders are some of the biggest, tallest, burly ass men that I've ever fucking met, and they can get in all the positions. I have friends who do like the deep diving underwater welding, like where you are welding at such a pressure that you have to be fucking good or you're like toast. And then like, I have a friend who works at a fab shop in Ohio, and he fabricates everything. He fabricates bumpers and all this crazy stuff. This man is 6'6". Let's put this in 6'6". And he'll be inside of a small box like this, welding upside down in like full like suit. I have never met more people in my life who are the most bizarre shapes, sizes, big burly ass men with beards and they're like crisscross twister games to like weld a little, like it takes a lot to be a welder. It is hot. It is extremely hot. It is sometimes miserable, but honestly it pays really well. And there is such a need for welders, at least where I'm at, there's such a need for welders that if you can weld good, they'll pay whatever you want. Because a lot of people don't know how to fucking weld anymore. So, I'm not saying be a welder. I'm just saying that was the only thing that they just continuously kept saying in the background was welding. But, excuse me. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not the best at setting the machine up, to be honest, but if you set it up, I'm not bad. Or if I have it set and I don't touch it, like if I figure it out and I don't touch it. I'm not always the best. I'm not always the best with setting it up. But Logan, I hope that helps, honey. I hope that helps. I don't know why I called you honey. I'm so weird. That was odd. But I hope that really helps. Yeah, I have some experience. A guy in my class caught his beard on fire. Yes! They always used to. So my friend used to go like this and then shove it like in his shirt. And if you grind your welds, I'm sorry, you're not a welder, you're a good grinder. I don't know you, I love you, but if you're grinding your welds, you're not a good welder, you're a good grinder. I'm just gonna put that out there. Thank you, Logan, because I don't know where I froze at. I hope I'm back. I got too excited and I giggled. Sorry. But, thank you. I really appreciate when people come back and they just kind of hang out, you know? Am I freezing again? This is what happened. Am I freezing again, Keys? I know. I'm sorry. No. Okay. No. Okay. No. You're okay now. Okay. Yeah. It happens. It's truly not my computer. When I get really excited, my energy freaks out electronics. I don't know how to make it make sense. But thank you, Logan. Thank you so much for allowing me in your energy if you're still here. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I know it happens all the time. This is what's kind of sometimes difficult because I love to do video sessions. So I don't do on the phone as much. I like to do video sessions with people, especially in like private spaces. And if I get too excited or we're on something and someone's feeling like, whoo, and I like turn it up to level 10, the thing will like, and like cut out. Yeah. And sometimes the lights will flicker. It's just because I get really excited and then my energy starts getting thrown around. So it's what happens when you're built a little bit bigger. No, I'm just kidding. It just happens. But let me just check spaces, and then if nobody else did anything. Okay. All right. I don't see anybody else donated, but I do have to run and get off of here because I do have stuff to do. But I'm gonna ding the bells because we're gonna clear some energy before we leave because it's good. It's good energy. What's ours? You know. So. Oh, Holler Boys is on. Perfect song. All right. So this is your ear warning. We're gonna ding the bells of fate. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna cleanse some energy before we leave. So feel free. I'm gonna clink it 3 times. Watch your ears. I'll try not to do it too loud. And then just take some deep breaths. Clear your energy. I appreciate everybody for being here. That was not a good one. That might have been too loud. Sometimes it cuts out if it's too loud. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing space. Thank you for all your time, your energy. Thank you for donating. Thank you for the love taps. Thank you for the gifts. Punch. GL, I see you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you are not a member of the website, what are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, what are you doing? It's completely free. Logan, if you're in the back, it's free. And it's called www.childofbalance.com. It's my handle, no_.com. Every time you interact with the website, make a count. Every time you interact with the website, you gain points. And when you gain points, they equate into money off of services. We also have a handmade shop. So if you're into macrame, if you're into crystals, if you're into herb bundles, if you're into candle magic, if you're into bath teas and stuff like that, you can purchase all of that there. And it's not expensive. It's really not. But it is very worthwhile. Also, we do blogs 3 times a week. Every Monday is a card read for the collective, for the week ahead. It tells you what you're going to be coming up against, and maybe it'll help you navigate some things, right? So you got a little bit of preparation. Every Wednesday and Saturday is spiritual shit. Everything. Shadow work, breath work, grounding, candle magic, sacred geometry, spiritual traditions, spiritual practices, bath tea recipes, simmer pots. Anything and everything is eventually going to be on there, and we add things to it twice a week that aren't cards. We're already at like 70-something posts. It's only going to keep going. We're not stopping. And those are all 100% free. And because we're amazing and we love you guys and we want to build the awesomest, we also, every time you become a subscriber and are an active subscriber, you gain 5 points. So those 5 points can go to the website. If you're a member, I can add them to you so that every time you choose to support me or Keys of Wisdom 369 on TikTok by subscribing, you not only get offers every couple days where we do subscriber price reads where they're cheaper, or you get 5 points, and then eventually, even if you buy nothing, 5 points will add up to you to get you coupons off shit. It only benefits you to become a member. And then you're just part of the community, even if you don't buy anything. We never spam your shit. Ugh. We don't do that. So it's only going to benefit you. Oh my God, I love this song. Guys, I love this song. Something in the Orange. Can you hear it? I love this song. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course I turn it up and it's not singing right now. I love this song though. You've been waiting all night. I know. I love this song so much, dude. I love this song so much. Dancing in your eyes from both lights. Alright, guys. So I'm going to get off here. Thank you so much. Join the website. It's completely free and it only benefits you. Thank you. www.childofbalance.com. I'll see you probably tomorrow. I'll see you next week. I'll see you this weekend. We're going to do all the shit. Bye, B. If I can click the button.